Well, when I heard Coltrane live with the band, with McCoy Tyner and Elvin Jones and Jimmy Garrison and Art Davis and Eric Dolphy, I should mention, a huge amount of change had happened. I had heard him with Miles in San Francisco, the band with Cannonball and Miles. I mean, astonishing in a way that you could walk into a small, intimate club like the Jazz Workshop or the Black Hawk in San Francisco and sit maybe 12 feet from that band. Seems sort of remarkable. And it also describes the jazz economy of that time, which meant these titans, these great musicians, had to play in small clubs, but it was also great for the listener or for the young up-and-coming musician. But when I heard Coltrane with Miles, it was, you know, in the context of a song and in the context of chordal structure. When I heard Coltrane in New York with Eric Dolphy, it was much more wide-ranging. It was modal. The solos were very, very long, and they were not based on chord changes or on conventional songs. It was extending improvisation as far as it could go. And it was very exciting. This seemed to be where music was going.
Now, as a drummer, did you hear Miles with Philly Joe or Jimmy?
With Philly Joe.
Okay, so Philly Joe, Elvin. What did you get from Philly Joe? What did you get from Elvin? Worlds apart there.
Well, Philly Joe Jones, to me, was the greatest drummer of my teen years. I mean, if I could have emulated any drummer, it would have been Philly Joe. And I spent hours studying his riffs and the way he played, not only with sticks, but with brushes. I thought he was the master drummer of the age. And that's saying a lot because there were other great drummers, Roy Haynes, Art Blakey, of different stripes, but Philly Joe was my man. So when I heard Elvin, I heard an entirely different energy. He was building up over triplets with his technique, not just playing 4 and 8 and 16 measure stuff. He was building up energies to present a kind of a volcanic carpet for the improvisers. And he was opening up the set in a much more profound way. And he wasn't trying to be the ultimate accompanist. He was an entire voice of his own. And I think he inspired Coltrane, and it went both ways. So here was a new kind of drumming that was fierce, open, and not constrained to within the song structures, of which Philly Joe had been a master. He was the ultimate melodic as well as rhythmic drummer, I think.